I'm a big component of doing things before you need them. So guys that go to the project, right? Guys that go to, maybe the Squire program, or guys that go to counseling, or, get into the Agoge or Battle Ready or whatever, what can we do? How do we head that off to where it doesn't even need to be there? Like, what should men be doing, or how do we get ahead of it? For instance, I don't think we should go to marriage counseling when we're on the verge of divorce. Why are we waiting until we're 300 pounds to get a coach? Like, why are we waiting until it's devastation? Like, it's either I go to the project and fix myself, or I lose my business and my marriage. Like, what do we need to be doing prior to that?
So, you're speaking directly to this. It tees up an education conversation right away, right? What Frederick Douglass say, it's easier to build strong children than it is to fix broken men, right? It's the exact thing. And we had our event that we did earlier this year with the two of us and Bedros and Mickler and all those guys. That was my whole presentation. My whole talk was, we're like, hey, where'd all the men go? Where are all the good men? Where are all the good fathers? Where are all the good husbands? We need to have programs that are fixing all of these things. Why don't we make it so we don't have to fix anything in the first place? Why don't we start from that beautiful blank slate that comes out as a freaking genius, that comes out on fire, that comes out curious, and why don't we just harvest that? Yeah. Why don't we just keep that going? Why do we let the world break that? So it's, for me, my bias is you start with that young generation and you get ahead of all of this before it becomes the issue. It's exactly what you're saying.
So I just think men are the king of making excuses for everything and procrastinating, just as a whole. I think a lot of us have that wired in our DNA. Like with me and my wife, I think we weren't getting a divorce, but I knew she wasn't happy. And I was like, tomorrow I'll do better. I'll send her some flowers and this. But then I kept doing stupid shit. Finally, I had to have a wake-up call, become
How long you guys been married?
Well, yesterday was 19 years of us meeting, 17 years we've been together. So we celebrate both of those. 19 years I allowed her in my life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Allie and I met and got married on the same day.
That's awesome.
So we just have one day.
That's awesome.
October 2nd.
See, that's the way.
That's
See,
cool.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And it should be like on her birthday too. So it's just a one Christmas.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait to meet you on your birthday. So I just have to worry about one, but yeah.
But no, I do. I think men just, we're programmed to prolong things. Like, tomorrow I'll do this and tomorrow I'll do that. And I think soon as I started hanging around with better men who told me,
but then there's that tomorrow thing, that wait. I don't care what you say. When you say, and I think you've done a talk on this, or somebody in your crew has, when you say like that chore I got to do on Friday, and they're like, well, it's Friday night. I'm going to hang with the family. I'll do this. And then comes Saturday, like, well, it's Saturday. I'll do it tomorrow. And then Sunday night comes, you're like, shit, I got to do this.
Yeah.
But the whole time that weight was sitting on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, what if you just did the thing? What if you just ripped the Band-Aid off? And then the rest of the time it wouldn't, that monkey, that weight in the back of your head or on your shoulders wouldn't have been there that whole time.
It's called a deadline for a reason. If you wait till the end, you're dead. Like you shouldn't. Yeah. Like if I have something like Bedros will give me a project. You have 14 days to do it, right? 14 days. 10 days, it's done. He proofs it, takes a day or two.
Yeah.
I redo it. He looks at it the day of. It's like, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Here. And he already knows what he's getting. But if people started doing that, as soon as people started realizing that they were not running on, I said men are 8-cylinder machines, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you start feeling like you need a tune-up, don't wait till the car breaks down, the engine breaks down, right? The symbolism is of the human being and the mind, body, and soul. That's where you go and figure out how you can tune it up. That's all the project is. It's a tune-up for men.
Yeah.
To man up on physical, mental, and emotional levels so that they can go back to their regular days, deal with the same.
Well, let me address this then.
Okay.
Let me address the hard work, the physical toughness, and I want it from your perspective because you weren't in the military, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so why should men do physically? Like, why is that a good thing for men?
You're asking me on this?
I'm asking
Yeah.
you, like, why? Like, do you do very physically hard things to yourself?
Always.
Okay, so why is that important, and from your perspective?
So from my perspective, and both how it played out in my life, because again, I was not in the military, but I did grow up kickboxing. I did grow up, I got myself in the cage 9 times. I did. So the physical things were an important component of that. It unlocks, there is a DNA component to how young men are wired, how men are wired. We are wired to want to go accomplish, to want to go compete. There's a reason we don't have time to get into Instagram comments and start having, these kind of conversations, because we're busy actually completing things in the real world. We're wired that way.
Yeah.
That's our DNA. So a young man needs that to feel fulfilled, to feel like there's a purpose. We have to have that dragon we're slaying, the princess we're saving. Like, we need that. It is wired into us. So the best way to unlock that for a young man is through that physical. And I think that maintains.
So what happens? What happens when a man does not do hard things and chooses the easy route in life?
That's when you get depressed. That's when you get upset. That's when toxic masculinity actually happens, because you're a weak human being. And so you're looking for what's the easiest thing I can accomplish, where I can just be a dick.